of us figuring this shit out.
You go to YouTube and see the shit on YouTube?
That's why I said, let's see what's up.
Yep.
Let me see, home. I don't know how I would find it.
Doesn't have an address.
Where it would be.
On the Shot Soul page, right?
It's on the Soul Salon page, and I'm in the Soul Salon, my channel.
You been on Soul Salon, okay.
Episodes live.
There's ambulance upstairs.
YouTube studio, YouTube TV. This is stuff we gotta figure out. Build it as we fly, folks. If anybody out there in TV land.
We've been recording 40. Oh, this recorded 40 minutes, but how long we've been live? Let's see. Come on, baby. We've been live a minute and 6-7 seconds, but we're a minute now.
Just can't find the address, huh?
Well, I mean,
we got the address. It's just where is it at? Because this is recording to YouTube, the Soul Salon's channel.
Right.
And so that's where I'm at. And so just finding that.
Here are the original members.
Yeah, we want to do some. We want to do some surgery.
you should Soul Salon TV.
Yep, that's Soul Salon TV.
I'm on here now. Future.
Go live. We did that already.
Got this.
There you go.
You got it?
Hey, people.
Yeah, you got it. Where did you go?
Went to the Soul Salon TV.
Okay, that's where I'm at. So what's got to do? It's on a delay. Yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
Cool.
Hey people.
Okay.
Dude, I got it.
Yeah.
Press that live in the queue.
Live in the queue.
The little thing that says live on there. You go to the logo. On the bottom, got a little button that says live on there. You see it on the logo on the home screen. Down the corner it says live. A little red button on it. See what I'm saying?
No, you guys, let me.
To the Soul Salon logo kind of thing. Go back to the Soul Salon logo. The logo itself.
Wonder how I got there.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I got it.
Yeah.
You say go where now?
Go to the logo right there.
Yeah, up here?
No, to the logo itself.
Yeah, that's how I got to here.
Okay, well, I got it.
Yeah, I had to scroll down just a couple of them because there was a commercial there initially.
Okay.
And then I just scrolled down.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's live to tape, so we can cut all this stuff out and just kind of go into it. So you know, I mean, you can keep yours on if you want.
Yeah, it's still on.
You got to cut it down.
I'm going to shoot the camera on. What camera I'm on right now? I am on the...
Everything's, I got the green light over here. This camera's direct feed.
Both of them. This is one I'm on right now, the camera link.
Okay.
All right.
And here's the, this is HDMI straight in this one here. So we live, man.
Okay.
You want to start off at the beginning of the show?
Yeah, we just go from here.
really delayed. We on.
Yeah.
There it is.
So turn something's up. Is the tablet volume up?
Man, I had that earlier.
Okay.
Right.
I took it off.
Okay, so what I wanted to do is give some context and then cue up the video.
Well, it's on you, bro.
Yeah, take it off. And once I give the context, then I say cue up a video.
Okay, well, there we go. Do what you gotta do, bro.
What's up, Shot Soulful? It's your boy, your safe Ben Israel here in the Shy City on the South Side. I'm here with musician extraordinaire, Mr. Kenneth Davis, longtime friend, grammar school, high school together. He was actually one of the big kids in the neighborhood, so he didn't hang out with the peons too early. But what we're here to talk about is the Soul Salon, where food, art, and entertainment meets. It's a show I created several years ago while working at a neighborhood cafe called My Soul Cafe. And on Fridays, we would do a dinner party called Stir Fried Fridays. Started out simply with a DJ, me and the chef doing stir fry, candles on the table, and that was pretty much it. And before you knew it, artists would come by, hey, can we play, can we play? Kenneth Davis Project was one of the first artists to come through. Phenomenal experience. It's actually what led us to this particular point. I didn't really realize that actually until about a week or two.
Right.
That me and Ken was talking. I was just saying, hey man, that was actually, it was called Stir Fry Fridays, but that was actually the Soul Salon. It just hadn't been fully developed, fully thought out, hadn't been named. It was still in the womb, if you would say. So Ken came and played, and that started my introduction to the wellspring of talent that we have in this city. And who sticks out right off the bat was the female sax player, D. Uranian.
Right.
That was my first introduction to her, and ever since then, she would pop up in other bands. Came to the Quarry when I was over there and played. But give some of your background, Ken. Musical family, if I'm not mistaken.
Musical family, primarily, like most musicians, we come out of church.
Right.
And get our foundation there so that it's not necessarily a stage, but it's a platform where we kind of hone our skills and get used to playing in front of crowds.
Absolutely.
So it makes the transition from behind the church piano to on stage a little easier.
Okay.
Might still have butterflies, but it's a lot easier with that transition.
I got a fond memory. My first year of high school, I was in ROTC, and the cadets would usher and like monitor the graduation.
That's right.
I'm watching this cat, man, starstruck. You played piano. You did the graduation song, 1977.
Right.
Yeah. George Benson.
Right.
I remember that.
Everything must change.
Like it was yesterday. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'll never forget that. And then kind of do a lateral move. Your late brother Jacques Davis. I remember Jacques, drummer, phenomenal blues singer in grammar school.
Right.
The color guard.
Right.
Come in
That's
with
right.
the snare drum.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go back. We might not tell or show our age, but we kind of go back vicariously. I watched this cat from musicians and football field, but we reconnected in this production show arena. Going back to My Soul Cafe, And I remember it vividly. Ken came in, was like, "Hey man, we hear y'all got this thing going on. Can we play?" Sure, come on, let's do it. And it has led to this day. That had to be 2009, 2010.
Somewhere in there,
Yeah,
because my brother was still alive.
absolutely. Actually played there a couple of times.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, actually played there a couple of times. So going back to the church, musicians, we know singers are notorious for developing their chops in the church.
That's right.
We went to the high school performance where you were kind of the star. Was there a band? I don't even know if it was a band. It was just
It was just me.
on the piano.
Yeah.
In front of about 600-700 people, maybe more.
Whatever the Erie Crown.
Yeah, it was the Airy Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big place. I can't remember if it was full, but it was packed with family members and stuff like
Right.
that. You went to college, but what was your next scene performing that maybe, what was the next level from the Airy Crown stage?
I'll tell you what. Went to Illinois State and became director
Okay.
of the largest
That's it.
gospel choir,
Mhm.
the largest gospel choir in the country
Okay. At Illinois State.
at Illinois State.
Okay.
We had
Freshman year?
they made me assistant director freshman year,
Okay.
coming right in the door.
Gotcha.
Sophomore year, I was head director, and so now I'm over 150 voice choir.
Wow. Never knew that.
And we did some traveling, within the state, but it was still a big deal
Okay.
because nobody else was doing that on that level at the time.
And so we're talking what, 78, 79?
79,
Okay.
about 79.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we recorded an album actually. So I began to, at that time, write my own material.
Okay. Okay.
And so what's cool is even today people will walk up to me and say, "Remember that song you wrote?"
Gotcha.
And I'm like, "No," but I mean, because it was so long ago.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
nonetheless, the impact that music and food
Okay.
can have on people
Absolutely.
will last a lifetime.
Absolutely. A little derelict in my hosting duties. We're giving this context as we're building up to something. The Soul Salon, where food, art, and entertainment meet, the show itself, we shot. I have to give shout outs to brother Raouf Salim and Lester Lewis, who played very, very integral parts in helping get the Soul Salon developed. We shot seven episodes actually, from like maybe 2010 to 2012 actually. It was the last 2 episodes that we shot. That being said, we're getting ready. This is called the Inception Show. We're getting ready to bring the Soul Salon back. We're going to shoot at the beginning of the year at an undisclosed South Side recording studio. Live feed over. We was trying to do Facebook. We had some technical difficulties earlier, but we're on YouTube now. We probably will stay on YouTube for the foreseeable future. But this is the Inception Show to bring in the Soul Salon back via our production company, headed up by me and Cat behind the camera. You can't see Gregory Lamar King. Come up together, 98 and 2 and 98. But production company, Shy Soulful Media, capturing the soul of the city. It was at the cafe. At the same time, social media was blossoming, and it wasn't too long after that I realized, like, man, we can broadcast ourselves.
Yeah.
But even though the technology was rising, it didn't quite bring the price of some of the stuff we're using now down, and it wasn't as accessible as we thought it was. But I could see where it was going. So we're bringing that back. Had a conversation with Ken a couple of weeks ago, and I said, hey man, you're part of the inspiration for this. I want to bring this back. Me and Greg talked about it. Why don't you come on and be MD, music director? help us put this thing together. And we sat and met about it and said, yeah, let's do it. So that's what this is about, trying to give you guys some context on how this all came about. Watching MySpace and how artists of all different ilks were coming together, and at the same time noticing how things had started to get kind of one-dimensional.
Right.
Social media, which is cool in some aspects, democratized certain thing, but it made it broader. Sometimes you still need that central kind of thing. I would go to parties, and it reminded me of the Earth, Wind, and Fire cut. Everybody want to dress up real cool, ego trips, that kind of thing. Things are kind of like where life is multi-dimensional. And I was cooking. I created the stir-fried soul concept. Was doing traveling stir-fry, and just couldn't get this thing out of my head about how life is multi-dimensional. I was like, man, if we can get something Soul Train-ish, but without the dancers, showing our culture, disseminating and being responsible for our own images, to counteract what sometimes I like to call main vein media, because they're giving you a dose, right? your main vein.
That's right.
Main dose of distortion, actually, of what this culture is all about. But those are some of the thoughts I was having at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, if I can bring these dimensions together, how cool would that be to have food, art, and entertainment, as you just said? Food and music goes hand in hand. I've had a lot of experiences where DJs are playing and music on, people's kind of relaxed, they kind of chill. And people would come up and watch me cook and be like, man, that's it. Like, yeah, it's simple to eat healthy, but we're coming back with the Soul Salon January, first and second week of January. We'll let you guys know. It'd be cool if you all could stay tuned. We're going to put out ads about, promos about the show, what time it's going to come on. It'd be cool if you cats would be at home, chill. It'll be after holidays. I know y'all done spent probably too much money. You can't go nowhere. It's probably cold.
In debt.
Don't get in debt, y'all. Don't get in debt. But you're going to be at the house chilling. We would like you cats to create watch parties, sit back and chill. If you can binge watch whatever it is that you binge watch on Netflix or whatever, take a moment out and check out the Soul Salon with food, art, and entertainment meet. We're going to show you guys in a few seconds, a few minutes, some of the clips of the original episodes to give you a taste of what that looks like. And give my production mate the time to get some of that stuff queued up. But to that wise, is there anything that you'd like to...
Just to reiterate...
Because we've had a lot of conversations.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But just to reiterate that it's important that we control our own narrative.
Absolutely.
And not let somebody that really doesn't know us define who we are and how we operate. So that's why it's important for you all to tune in and to see what we think about us as opposed to what somebody else thinks about us. Because nobody can tell your story like you can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell your grandmama, because your grandmama going to remember a lot of this stuff. See, we going to touch some places. You're like, I remember we used to do stuff like that.
Grandma going to write it down.
But on that wise, pick one, G. Pick a clip to run. Y'all check this clip out. Tell us what you think. You can hear that check.
With the Joneses caught up in the rigmarole. She's sick and she tired. May the Lord bless her soul. Easily swayed, she stayed distracted by the fellas' attractions. And once they get her, then they raring to go. So to fall out of love, but she in it for she know it's beginning and all the drama. She the star of the show. Slow down, little mama, and take a look around. See, I've been looking, I've been searching, but I still haven't found you. How Can you ever start to learn about yourself if you're still caught up in the matrix trying to be someone else? Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Three little girls caught up in a world of contrariness. Their gardens grow and are cultivated. Concrete roses attract the bees in the trap, and they keep coming like that in waves. Hovering over her shoulder, they stay in her ear buzzing. Sweet nothings, empty wantings, boys stunting like they daddies whose baggy jeans currently sweep the streets they litter with rubbish and residue. And they don't do nothing new. Nothing but master the craft of getting the ass and seek brief sanctuary in her bosom. But my daughters are not fodder for the hoodlums. Three beautiful girls in a sick and sorry world full of dirty, pretty things, full of fool's gold glittering. Listen to me, daughters. Too many former beauties walk with faces hardened and weathered, perpetually trying and failing at getting it together, wishing they never had, wishing the nigga would, hoping that something good would come and stay in your life. But nothing goes right for the child who aspires to be his bottom. You making an ass of yourself, thinking your coochie done caught him.
And I got work to do because.
Okay, we back live again. So.
Okay.
Back live.
I knew that.
That was the first episode of the Soul Salon, circa 2010. Shot on location, south side of the city. One of the natural hair salons, Christian Fields Style Bar. Rest in peace, Mr. Fields. You are dearly missed. We'll probably one day show the clip of his interview with NK. Gutierrez, who was our host at the time, might bring her back. She's got a SAG card, so she's a little expensive right now, so we got to figure that part out.
Oh boy.
But, phenomenal show. First show, I caught the production bug going to Kenmore Live Studio. A buddy of mine that used to come to the cafe, Chuck Watson. I don't know if you ever met Chuck. And I was telling him about this idea. I didn't have a name for it yet. And he said, man, it's a studio over in River North, down the street from Hooters. It used to be the Jabot store, you know. And I was like, okay, went over there. So Kenmore Live Studio was a concept of an ad guy out of Leo Burnett ad agency. Cat by the name of Barry Krause. And Barry took the magazine ad out of the magazine, placed it in a storefront. And when you came to the front of the store, you saw these walls of monitors behind this studio kitchen.
Okay.
And so went down, talked to the people, and they were allowing people to come down. Local television station, news channels would go down and do stuff, food, whatever. And they were allowing people to come in and play producer. Did 3 shows. At that time, it was called Sunday Dinner, a neo soul food show. And I used to mess with the clips years later on their YouTube channel. And I guess it got out, and I think Barry had them snatched down, so I can't go back and get that early stuff. But it was a phenomenal show, multidimensional. I would have 3 chefs. Because I'm in the industry, I knew a lot of chefs. I would have 3 chefs come in, and they would each take a element of soul food, but with a 21st century kind of mindset. Chef Gina Worthy, Chef Ephraim. Who else was down there? I can see it. I can't think of his name. God. But a couple of chefs came together, and they each would present their element of the soul food dinner, live entertainment, phenomenal local artist, Obi Soulstar. I don't know if you ever met Obi Soulstar. Nigerian born, but raised over here, soul rock and roller, Kravitz type.
Okay.
Yeah, really cool. He
That's
actually,
rock and roll.
he probably did the first performance at My Soul Cafe.
Okay.
And it was a big turn, and I think that might have, struck the match. It's like, man, they doing this over here. And lo and behold, everybody came out. So after that, I was hooked. on production. And unbeknownst to us, some years later, what we knew then, what they were doing in Kenmore Live Studio was broadcasting live over Facebook. By him being an ad guy, he's connected, you know, and so I guess they reached out, made a deal. Kenmore, Sears was a sponsor, that's Kenmore Live Studio. They had a Craftsman, like Tool Time studio around the corner, but they made a connection with Facebook, and we were broadcasting live on it, and some years went back, I was like, they were testing Facebook Live. That's what that was, the inception of it. Got the production bug and haven't looked back. Been some hills and valleys, some turns, and you know, all that kind of stuff, but have not looked back. Once you understand the power that we have here, sitting in front of the camera, going live, we don't know who's watching. We building as we fly, we working things out. This is the beginning, this is not the end. We got a long way to go with this. Again, this is the inception show of the return of the Soul Salon, with food, art, and entertainment, created by myself, co-produced Raouf Salim, Lester Lewis, Greg King, Spike Rebel. I can't forget Spike Rebel. Spike Rebel, pull that clip up there. I don't think not the one where they play, but just the introduction. Pull that clip up. Spike is a phenomenal musician from the south side of Chicago. Should be checking that out now.
Stay in your life, but nothing goes right for the child who aspires to be his model. You make it an ass of yourself, thinking you're Gucci the Cardinal.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Soul Salon, where food, art, and entertainment meet. Tonight we're coming to you from Christian Field Style Bar, the premier natural hair salon here in Chicago. And I'm sitting tonight with Quest, our feature musician tonight. How you doing, Quest?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Glad to hear it.
Tell me a little bit about Quest and her music. What is your voice in this music, and what are we doing right now? Where can we hear you?
Well, I talk about
Come and stay in your life, but nothing goes right for the child who aspires to be his model. You make it an ass of yourself, thinking you're Gucci the Cardinal.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Soul Salon, where food, art, and entertainment meet. Tonight we're coming to you from Christian Field Style Bar, the premier natural hair salon here in Chicago. And I'm sitting tonight with Quest, our feature musician tonight. How you doing, Quest?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Glad to hear it.
Tell me a little bit about Quest and her music. What is your voice in this music, and what are we doing right now? Where can we hear you?
Well, I talk about what I know. So if I love you right now, I talk about that. If I don't like you at all, I talk about that too.
And that might change from day to day, right?
Right, very, absolutely. I have an album out. It's called Who I Be.
Okay.
And that's my first album.
First album, so there's
very
more than
first
one.
album. I'm working on another one.
Okay.
That one is going to be called The Witness, and both of these albums are produced by Spike Rebel. And just life experience, and hopefully somebody can relate to what I'm going through and they like it and want to listen to it.
Beautiful. So tell me a little bit about the album that you're working on right now and how that differs from your first album.
Well, I mean,
Come and stay in your life, but nothing goes right for the child who aspires to be his model. You make it an ass of yourself, thinking you're Gucci the Cardinal.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Soul Salon, where food, art, and entertainment meet. Tonight we're coming to you from Christian Field Style Bar, the premier natural hair salon here in Chicago. And I'm sitting tonight with Quest, our feature musician tonight. How you doing, Quest?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Glad to hear it.
Tell me a little bit about Quest and her music. What is your voice in this music, and what are we doing right now? Where can we hear you?
Well, I talk about what I know. So if I love you right now, I talk about that. If I don't like you at all, I talk about that too.
And that might change from day to day, right?
Right, very, absolutely. I have an album out. It's called Who I Be.
Okay.
And that's my first album.
First album, so there's
very
more than
first
one.
album. I'm working on another one.
Okay.
That one is going to be called The Witness, and both of these albums are produced by Spike Rebel. And just life experience, you know, and hopefully somebody can relate to what I'm going through. And
Hey, how you doing out there? We're back at Christian Field Style Bar hosting the Soul Salon where food, art, and entertainment meet. And I'm sitting here with Spike Rebel, who you should be a familiar face to you by now if you've been tuning in to all of our other episodes. He's one of our legends here at Soul Salon. And I'm also sitting here, finally have the pleasure of actually sitting down and getting to speak with Mr. Frederick Key. How you doing, Frederick? You see, he's always reluctant to get on camera. He likes to stay back there and do his thing. When I walked in, he was taking a little nap on his bass. I was like, wow, he's got talent. Not only is he multidimensional on the strings, he can balance on the bass. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so I want to talk to you a little bit today about your voice in this work, Spike, as well as you, Frederick, and kind of what legacy you are leaving here, not only in Chicago, but what legacy you want to leave in this industry as a whole.
What I personally would like to do is, I know this might sound kind of weird, but you heard of the RZA with the Wu-Tang Clan?
Absolutely.
Well, I would like to be like the leader of a movement of artists, but not the rappers, but more like a leader of a bunch of Jill Scotts.
What's weird about that?
Well, it hasn't been done.
That's why you're doing it. That's why you are a rebel, yeah?
All right, so that's what I'm positive, inspirational artist with that neo-soul, folky, rock, maybe some jazz elements. That's what I want to put behind my Wu-Tang of artists, if I may say so. And they don't all have to be from Chicago. You know, that's it's a movement. Yeah.
For the uplifting. And then when Hollywood got a good grip on it, they flipped the imagery. Yeah, they flipped the whole thing. So it's like a message in a room for 20 people.
Welcome back, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that clip. This is the inception show of bringing back the Soul Salon where food, art, and entertainment meet. My name is Yosef Ben Israel. I'm here with Kenneth Davis, phenomenal South Side Chicago, other parts of the world musician. Which brings me to you. You were going to do something at the quarry, I think. But you got called to replace a musician. And you took a group of you guys, where did you guys go?
Went to Italy.
Okay.
For a 18 concert tour.
Wow.
So we did 18 concerts in 19 days.
Wow.
Yeah. People say they want this life, but they want to skip the process and get to the way it looks on stage.
Yeah,
but
glamour,
yeah, it was wonderful, but it was a lot of work.
Okay.
And it required things like good eating and good rest and not talking so much. So the headliner, Tammy McCann, would leave me in charge to tell everybody either take a nap or just shut your mouth.
Right.
Stop talking because we got a scene tonight. So it was a pleasure to travel overseas again. And to see the reaction in a place where they don't talk your language. See the effects of music. Even when they don't understand the lyrics, they hear the sound and they hear the harmony, so it was just interesting to watch how they receive. Music can be received anywhere in this world.
Absolutely.
Actually, it's the same thing with good food.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a German that speaks no English bow down to you if he gets a good plate of whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there was no time for sightseeing, no museums.
We had one day off.
Okay.
So it was 18 concerts in 19 days.
That was the day.
We had one day. So we were in Venice, which has no cars.
Right.
It's all by gondola.
Right.
If you're going from State Street to Michigan, oh, solo mio.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was interesting to see their culture, to see how they eat. No GMOs allowed in their food.
Okay.
So you find that there's a national pride from the Italian perspective. I do this.
Yeah.
The Italian perspective that made me look at how we operate,
Okay.
and is why we have to bring us back in. Let's come back in the room and talk
Right.
and eat right and listen to some good music and commune, because if America doesn't have national pride, we have to have national pride.
Absolutely. And it's evident. You can go back to the 7th grade years right after the Emancipation Proclamation. The data's there on how we prospered. They put stuff in to slow us down. It was strange fruit swinging a lot of places.
Yes, it was.
But we prospered. We understood that we had a common enemy. We stuck to the Green Book. They made a movie about it. They had to make a Green Book so you would know where to travel
and where not to travel
to keep from becoming strange fruit.
Right.
As Billie Holiday so eloquently sung about, I can only imagine. But the point is that we've lost that. And a big part of that was that communal atmosphere, which houses the culture, the food, the music, the art, some of which we get ready to show real quick in a minute, another clip real quick, but it's imperative that we get back to that we wake up those sinners that have been lullabied to sleep or hypnotized us out of our natural element, so to speak. But this is Ken is a phenomenal musician. I'm not diminishing his talent, but Ken Davis is a microcosm of the talent that we're going to bring to you guys who have travel experience with their craft. I remember talking to Tony Kazoo one time, another phenomenal piano player. I don't know if we talked about that, but Ken is a piano player. Yeah, we did. So you played piano at the graduation. But another phenomenal piano player in the city of Chicago, Tony Kazoo, talked about how they get it when cats like Ken and Tony and other people go to Europe. Those European people get it. Not to say that we don't. I think maybe we take it for granted and we let the glitz and the glamour blind us from things. It dulls our senses, but they get it. They, like you said, they feel it. They internalize it. And if you didn't come up with that, if you come up in the time of now or maybe, a couple of years prior, you have no understanding of that. That's old folks music. No, that's life music. Is actually what it is. So that's what we want to get back to. Anything else you want to add about the European experience?
It was just eye-opening, where the culture and the calmness of the culture, where it wasn't hurry up. It was just relax and do what you have to do.
They had these lunch breaks where you go to lunch and you don't necessarily have to come
Everybody
back.
goes to lunch. We're shutting down.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Luigi, we're gonna shut down, and we're gonna have some tea, and then we'll come back and make the pizza.
Some tea and pasta.
That's right.
My buddy G, producer back there, gonna cue up that art piece. You know which one it is? You got it? This was done DuSable Museum in Chicago, South Side. It was called All Art, Wine, and Entertainment. Cool show a couple of years back.
I'm trying to find it. Chef, see the chef, calm and stillness. That's something else.
If you see the chef, go to the chef. Go to the chef. We're building as we fly, people. We're building as we fly. We're gonna skip over the art piece and go to the food. This is Chef Robert Blanchard, who was a chef at Norman's Bistro down in the Bronzeville, Kenwood area, south side of Chicago.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Soul Salon, where food, art, and entertainment meet. We're here at Norman's Bistro tonight. So excited! It's summertime in the Chi, and you know how we love summertime in the Chi. And we're celebrating a little bit tonight by coming here, speaking with our head chef, who holds a lot of different positions. I didn't even know he was a chef when I came in. Then he came in, he's like, "Oh, I'm the chef." I was like, "Really? Chefs are fancy over here at Norman's Bistro."
Yeah.
Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
I'm Chef Robert, Robert Blanchard. I keep
This
getting
Chef
that.
Robert Blanchard, but he goes by Chef Robert. Yeah?
Chef Robert.
Okay.
This is my menu. I created the menu here. We're doing Creole comfort food with a Brazilian twist.
Ooh,
American
okay.
Creole with a Brazilian twist.
And that's the overall filling of the entire menu, or what we're doing tonight?
Overall, entire
Okay.
menu. We've got a lot of spice. We've got grilled meats, baby backs, T-bone steaks, island marinade. So we're taking traditional food, putting a spin on it, and kicking it up a notch.
It's on the order of.
It's off now. So ready, come on.
So that was our host at the time, N.K. Gutierrez, down at Norman's Bistro, south side of Chicago, with Chef Robert Blanchard at the time. He grilled up, the cuisine at the time, I think, was Brazilian with a southern twist, something like that. And he grilled up some Brazilian lamb chops. And they got a chance, NK got a chance to taste it out. We didn't get none. But but anyway, that's, you know, Chef Robert Blanchard was just one of the chefs that we had a phenomenal opportunity to cover. I remember Anthony Bourdain saying it one day, and it was this kind of monochromatic, monotoned, because Bourdain was this lively guy. But he came and did a food episode in Chicago and went around, and it was time to sign it off. He was like, "Hey, Chicago's got it together." It wasn't in Latin, but I knew what he meant.
Right.
He said, "It's nothing, you from Chicago, you already know. They call us the second city, but Chicago has phenomenal restaurants. Everybody knows that, from Rogers Park to Hazel Crest, you know, Flossmoor. Right. We're all over the place. West Side, phenomenal places to get food at around here. And something else I wanted to do. Used to watch, and this brother just passed. Michael Chiarello. I used to watch him on his show Napa Style, and as fond of the show as I was, you didn't see too many of us. And by being in the game, I knew it was a lot of us out here. And that's
Right.
another reason why I wanted to, when I did the Neo Soul Food Show, it was ethnic. It was a majority of us. I had a brother, Chef Ephraim, come out, Hispanic brother. and do some stuff. But you didn't see a lot of us out, and I wanted to make sure that got played. We make phenomenal food, everybody knows that. But the art piece, never was much of an artist. I got an artist's eye. And as far as I got was stick man. That's the best I can do.
And mine are crooked.
Right. But I have an artist's eye, I have an artist's mind. I like hanging out with artists. I'm an artist. And so with that being said, we're going to cue up that artist piece in about a few seconds. So hang tight.
Inspires you, Stephanie?
I think it's spirit. I mean, I know it's spirit. Yeah, that just thrives through me. I think that there was a spirit that was here before and couldn't do what that spirit wanted to do, and it's just channeling it through me. So it's all I think about. It's all I do.
Was it scary opening yourself up to that, being that vessel?
Oh yeah, definitely, because I don't do it so that people can respond to me, but you just want to do it justice, and each time I do a painting, I'm fearful that I don't get it right.
But what is right, yeah?
Yeah, it keeps me humble. It keeps me humble big time.
And you have a clothing line as well, I heard.
Yeah, in a way.
T-shirts, hoodies.
Yeah. T-shirts and hoodies of a jazz line that I teamed up with a t-shirt company called the Jazzologist.
Okay.
And he saw my work and he wanted me to design a few pieces for him. So that's how I eventually got my artwork on clothing. And then I just branched out and started doing Afro Roots and Loving Thyself on t-shirts for my own.
Do you have a t-shirt? You have this in a t-shirt?
Just the outline of it, yeah.
Good content. I have another young lady that does art too. Phenomenal. Pretty as big as long. R. Kelly, no, she's not quite that young. Yes. Did I say it? Oops.
Back to the Soul Salon, the Inception Show, the Soul Salon with Food, Art, Entertainment Meet. I'm here with the music director who's come on board, longtime buddy, Southside Chicago, South Shore, Horseman.
Illinois State.
Illinois State. I went to Miles College, and me and my buddy behind the camera, Birmingham, Alabama, Fairfield. Golden Bears, Golden Bears. But the art, the food, the entertainment is an integral part of our culture, of our life. When you go through some of the annals of history and when you see civilizations being made and sustained, the artisans are not too far behind. I think that I actually have meant to look this up today. It's been on my mind, but running though. There was a moment of the Exodus, if I'm not mistaken, where Moses was commanded by the Creator to bring the artisans together and to have them craft the necessary spiritual ornamentations that was needed for what the Most High wanted them to do. Fast forward, coming in contact with a Chancellor Williams piece called Destruction of Black Civilization, and he chronicles the migration of people who look like us coming from Mesopotamia, Northeast Africa, coming through Northern, Central Africa, and landed on the West Coast. Not that there weren't people already there, but these particular people were refugees, if you will. They were being displaced by the European and, well, the Arab,
right?
The Arab invasions and then the European invasions found themselves on the West Coast, and there was this kingdom called Cuba. And it was led by King Cheyenne, and then his son, King Cheyenne, the great King Cheyenne II, something like that. And he had to rebuild. And it was one of the first things he did. He got all the artisans together. And what the author describes as painters, sculptors, they created guilds, units.
Right.
And they all got together and organized. And I think I may have even heard If it wasn't Maya Angelou, it was the vocalist, piano player. Oh God, I can't think of her name.
Nina Simone.
Nina Simone. Exactly. Was talking about one of them, Maya Angelou and Nina Simone talked about it's the artist's responsibility, the poet, the sculptor, the artist, the musician, to move the culture forward.
Interesting.
You know, not suspending animation, not backwards, but to move the culture forward. So that's a big part of this mission, is to move the culture forward, to tell our story, to broadcast our narrative. As you guys probably know it, consciously and unconsciously. We got to wake up those unconscious centers that are there that have been kind of put to sleep. But I hope these clips give you a good glimpse of what's to come. We're going to go out at this particular time. Ken's got to get to some stuff. I got to get to some stuff. We're down in Studio 7210 right now, and the proprietor has to get to some stuff. But that being said, you guys stay tuned. The Soul Salon with Food, Art, and Entertainment is coming back soon. Tell your grandmama, sit down with your children, expose them to what's in their front and backyard. It's our mission to bring you guys quality edutainment, visually and acoustically, bring you guys some good stuff from the culture that's right in your front room, that's right in your front yard, that's right in your backyard. It's all around you. You guys already know that. Shy Soulful Media, the production company, is going to work to do things like this on a regular basis, to give shout-outs to people who are doing things in the city. If you'd like to be a part of that in some shape, form, or fashion, hit us up at shysoulfulmedia@gmail.com. Let us know your questions, comments, concerns, gripes if you have any. This is only the first one you saw, so you can't have no gripes. But that being said, we're going to go out on another clip. I'm going to let the producer pick one that hasn't been shown already. And we hope to see you guys soon. Stay tuned. Keep us in your mind. Peace.
We'll be looking for you.
On a journey everlasting, I wear it as a seal on my arm, and I don't always know where I'm going. All I truly know is where I've been, and I look back to you for reassurance, but you're not there for me. You are gone in the still of night, in the still of night. I will look for you in desperation. I will shine a light to guide you on your path, but you will not see me, 'cause you are gone.
Yep. Sure did.
Done.
Community.
Yeah, that's still plenty. I'll cut it off the last one. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, man, that was pretty good, man. We got
Good.
something in the Cooper.
Absolutely. And so that, I wanted to, we wanted to do, that's what we've been doing on Facebook with the